What's up everybody, this is Rob Kelly, and these are my winter essentials. I think it's essential in the wintertime, especially on the East Coast, to have a couple of boards that are really fun to ride, that'll keep you motivated to surf as much as you can, even on days you wouldn't normally paddle out. First up, the FRK Swallow, the newest addition to the FRK range. This is a 5.7, just over 26 liters, and I've been absolutely loving this board. It's got a relaxed rocker in the nose and tail. It's got this beautiful swallow, not too wide, not too narrow, and it's in i-bolic construction. So it's springy and it's light, but not too light. Board reacts really quickly. It almost does exactly what you want it to do, almost in an instant. I think a lot of that has to do with the pivot that you get from a swallowtail. These fins, the KS1 endorphins, they're a really upright fin, so you're gonna have a lot of pivot with these fins, and you're gonna have a lot of pivot naturally from a swallowtail. So those two together really makes this board really quick. So on small waves, even good waves, it's nice that the board does exactly what you want it to, almost in an instant. It generates speed like a graveler and surfs and turns like a performance shortboard. It's kind of the best of both worlds, and it'll definitely be my go-to to keep me motivated whenever the waves are fun this winter. Next up, the S-Boss. This is a 5.6, 27.6 liters, a little bit more volume than the FRK Swallow. This is also built with the i-bolic construction, so again, light, but not too light. So when you're feeling a little cruisier, but you still want to rip, the S-Boss is kind of that middle ground between the FRK Swallow and the full-fledged Boss Up. Yeah, overall, it's just a board that has a slightly different feel, but not as unique or weird as you'd expect it to have, you know, given the outline and this deep V. It actually is just like a really forgiving, fun board to ride. Generates speed well, it turns well, makes mediocre waves more fun. Having a board like this will get you out there on those days you might normally pass up, and that ends up being really valuable when you finally do get waves and you're wearing all that gear. And then last, but certainly not least, the Boss Up. Prior to hopping on this, I really didn't have too much experience riding mid-length or bigger boards, so I didn't really know what to expect. One thing I expected though was that it's going to paddle well. This thing's 7.0, over 44 liters, and sure enough, as soon as I got on the board, the thing felt like a boat, an absolute tank, just glided through the water. Compared to the rest of the board, the tail's really pulled in, so that gives you a lot more maneuverability than you'd expect, kind of holding it or even paddling it. I've tried it in small waves, and I tried it on like a head-high barreling wave just to kind of feel what it would feel like on a steeper, sort of curvier wave. I kind of had a feeling that the 7.0 just wouldn't fit in the curve of like a head-high tubing wave, and I was pleasantly surprised at how it surfed like in a tight barreling wave. But I definitely intend to take this out, you know, on a proper day of swell. But in the meantime, I've just had fun riding it on small days or days where I'm just feeling lazy. Like the third session of the day when your gas tank's empty, but you still want to paddle out one more time. Jump on this thing, don't have to use any effort, catch every wave you want, and still have fun kind of cruising and turning on it. So there you have it. These are my winter essentials. Keep those fingers crossed for some big winter storms this year, and grab yourselves one of these boards so there's no excuse. Just suit up, go surf.